Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Future Friday, we're going to talk about your career versus AI. You're cooked, so let's dive deep into it. So what the heck this AI is, and we have to truly understand what we are talking about here. So on a fundamental level, it's the ability to put thinking things in a machine. Basically, machine should be able to think. That's what differentiate computer with AI. Basically, computer can be an umbrella term. Some computers can run AI, so something like that. And here's the many times people will create arbitrary BS to justify it, whether it's not AI, we should not worry about it. It's like it does not need to be general human intelligence. Let that be very clear. For example, let's just say you are a worker. Let's say you are a pilot, right? A aeroplane company does not want to pay you for your life management skills, for your people skill, for your political views, for your health, nothing. They only want you to handle the goddamn stick safely within reason, within legal bounds. So it can be very specific. For example, a car driving AI does not need to know who is the president. It just needs to know what is the law. So same thing, you have to understand that like it does require intelligence. It cannot be just like a simple algorithm. It has to be a fully thought out process, and with error handling management and all that. So it has to be intelligent, but it does not need to be full human. Now some things can be full human. Basically I could easily see in the future how the game showed basically Horizon Zero Dawn. The idea was that you had a master AI, and then you had a lot of subservient AIs which were like specialized tasks. So I could easily see that like there is one AI that's like the science guy, another AI electronics guy, another AI medical guy, and you can say, and then you will have a Jarvis whose job is not to do the thing but to understand what you want. So that's why you have to understand that things does not need to be specific. It could be specific, it does not need to be. So what is the different? Like what does a computer can't do that a AI can do? Fundamentally, it fixes user error. This is the biggest thing, and that's why AI going to students is very detrimental for not only a student, the civilization as a whole. Because for example, if you messed up the pi value when you are feeding pi in a calculator, you're gonna get a wrong detail. Talk to AI, it's like, oh, it's just 2.1 and whatever have you. You gave a wrong number. AI has the ability to fix it. It can detect it. Again, depending on its setting, it will either tell you, hey, I think you feed in the wrong data on pi, or it could just fix it. And if it fixed it, which again, a lot of company would be incentivized to not tell you whether they have messed up, they have done some correction, just do the correction. Like you do not want your spell testing app to fight you. It's just like, hey, you messed it up, let me just do it. And you can see that nowadays it happens. Whenever you are typing something, the words sometimes automatically change. When it's damn sure it's a mistype, it just changes it. It's like, I know this. And that's the scary part, meaning your awareness, your judgment ability, your ability to diagnose every little thing goes away. And if it happens on a student level, you never progress to the next level. There is no next level for you. So it can fix user and it can make a judgment call. Now whether good or bad, that's a different thing, but it can make a judgment call. For example, if you have an AI system playing a game, you take the same mathematics, same code, rerun the goddamn system, there is a good chance it might take a different path. Literally, it could take a different path. So it does make a judgment call, and it has contextual awareness. That's the biggest thing. For example, I'm working with a lab power supply, and so far, I think it's almost 99.99% complete. And I was like, hey, I wanted this and all that. Now, it had contextual awareness. It's like I already told him that this is the op amp I have, this is the limitation I have. It's like, okay, use this. This is the minimum number of component you can add and still get a working system. So it has contextual awareness. Even though I will just, okay, but if I use VCC, it knows what my VCC is. It's 24 volt. So all those contextual awareness allows it to do things. And here's the horrifying part, that is the easiest way to understand the difference between a program and an AI. AI is grown and trained, not made. For example, again, modern people are not very familiar, as in like last 3-4 year people are not very familiar with this, but give or take a few years ago, as in I would say 8 to 9 years ago in YouTube, you could have easily found videos like this where people were making neural network, machine learning, and they were creating basically a bot that could play video games. Like, what's the big deal? They were never making the bot, they were training the bot. The math was same. You could, and again, they had done, you see them, how is it doing? It's literally like a child. Child is trying to do everything, and the bots are also trying to do everything. It's like, okay, well, left, right, every button, press every button. You run evolutionary selection on that, and within as quick as like 1 day of computer running, this is long ago, they were like, okay, now you have a bot that can play the game. And then it's like, okay, next level is harder, next level is harder. And over time, it's like, bro, it's good. It's almost playing better than a human. And nobody programmed the damn thing. They trained it. We've been there, done that. That's why you have to understand program. It's above that. It's basically taking ingredients and combining them into something what we call emergent property. For example, I'm pretty sure you must have studied in school, cell is the building block of life. Why cell? Why not below it? Why not mitochondria, that is the powerhouse of the cell? Simply because if you take a cell, you go inside it, you will not find the function of life. If you go inside, like you're like, okay, I'm taking mitochondria. Is it alive? No. It does not meet all the requirement of life. You take nucleus. Does it meet? No. All these things in itself are mechanical component. They are chemical engines. Combine them, then it takes a decision making. That has emergent property of life. Unless we are talking about virus. Virus is weird. But you get the essence. Basically, each node here is a mathematical node. Combine them. After a certain threshold, it becomes something that you did not start with. Meaning you had machine, and now it's AI. Same way, like you have chemical stuff, now you have a living stuff. Where that life came from, that's emergent property. Same happens with your periodic table. Like, why don't we say, electron of gold? Because there is no such thing as electron. One electron is not different from electron. You have to take the whole package. That's the whole point of periodic table, and then define which element it is. Because if you change the electron, behavior will change a little bit. Change the nucleus, behavior will change a lot. That's the whole thing. But again, why stop there? Why not go inside the atom? Why not go inside a neutron? And we're like, can't we break it apart and find things inside? Of course you can. But it will no longer be a neutron. That's very, very clear. It will no longer behave as neutron. The behavior of what you and I call atoms can only be observed if the atom is intact. That's why, like atoms, gold atom has to be gold, goddamn atom. It cannot be, this electron is from gold. You can't do that. This neutron is from gold. You can't do that. Neutron would be just neutron. So that's what AI has crossed. Basically, we had stuff. We mixed it together and it crossed the threshold. So do not, under any one of circumstances, oh, it's the same as calculator. No, it's not. It can cause irreversible harm to human kids before you even realize. Like they will not know. Like for example, even in this very project, because again, I'm older guy, I'm coming from old school education. When the op-amp was like, hey, you can use your VREF is 5 volt. You can use VREF and just have a voltage divider and give 2.5 volt. I'm like, why do I need that? Like I can throw away the resistor, directly have one resistor in series, because my aim is just to not consume power. Why does it has to be a voltage divider? It's like, oh yeah, it does not have to be. Again, I had that intention of like, like my old school training was like, something is off here. Now imagine a child that never had this issue. They started on that. Yeah, they will not find it. And I saw that, like my last AI video, somebody did search, like, why do you want to trust professors? AI has 10,000 books. And that scared me. So fundamentally, AI is not basically built, it's grown and trained. You can take the same starting point, throw it in two different clusters, it will come out different. Throw it in the same cluster, it will come out different. Again, that's why this era, anybody who has remembered this era, they know this. It's like AI is not the dumb thing. It's like, it's not just algorithm. It has crossed that threshold. How useful, how productive, how practical, that's a different conversation. But we have crossed the threshold. Basically, early life has been achieved. A single cell, not full-fledged amoeba and like not full-fledged human, but steps has been taken. Lines have been crossed. Emergent property has been achieved. That's past tense. So what does it affect us? Like what's the capacity? Well, here's the, what does human bring to the table? Does not matter which country. It does not matter whether it's Chinese, Vietnamese, Mexican, Indian, or American, or European, or even Australian. It does not matter. They only bring two puppies to the table. One is deliciously muscles. Basically, you physically doing things. And second is brain power. Now, when we are talking about muscles, you have to understand that we have been trying that to eliminate muscle power for thousands of years. For example, we used to walk, and then we are like, yeah, you know what would be better? If we replace this load with wheels. So that's how we built wheels. And it's like, okay, brick by brick, day by day, humanity has been doing this constantly. What if instead of digging by humans, what if we build JBC and just like whooshoo, done? What if we do that? We have been doing that for thousands of years. And there was a barrier where it's like we could make machines. Machine can do task of 10,000 men with few men. That has been achieved long ago. However, there was a limit. It's like machines were not self-adapting. Basically, a JBC cannot drive itself, even though human is not doing anything. It's just sending electrical signals. It's just that where to send that electrical signal, that was still required a human brain. That barrier is going away. Second, human electronics and miniaturization and advanced electronics makes it all possible that you can have these puppies. And the moment this thing can be recreated, yeah, your job is done. Does not matter which industry, does not matter whether you're a surgeon, does not matter whether you're a plumber, does not matter whether you're an electrician. If this can be replicated, bye-bye your job. Does not matter which sector. This is what is keeping you alive. Let that be very clear. This puppy. So if a bot can have reasonable approximation of these, yeah, you did. And again, there are two ways of solving this. First, you replicate the human part. What if you can't replicate it? Well, you change the basically environment. For example, these carts were replaced by basically in the earlier days, moved by humans. So they had forklift and all that. Is like, what if we don't have the forklift? What if the cart was designed in such a way that it was small enough and lightweight enough that a simple Roomba, oversized Roomba, can move it? You change the environment so machine can do it. You basically double dipped. Basically, it's the old world view of where you will have a robotic maid that will drive your car versus what if your car drove itself, self-driving car. So fundamentally, the muscle power requires a little bit of intelligence. Now we have so much intelligence that why have a restaurant worker? Why not have a robot? Why have an elder care person? Why not have a robot? Why have a warehouse worker? Have this robot. That's, again, more and more people can understand it fundamentally because we have been dealing with this. Like, this is thousands of years of journey. We know this. However, the second puppy, this puppy, yeah, that was never even imagined. Again, our imagination went there. Data from Star Trek was there and like whatever have you. It's like we always imagined what if a machine can actually think. And yeah, we crossed that point. So again, let that be very clear. I'm not talking like how competent or how useful it is, but that line that it can process, it can think, it can adapt, it can make judgment call, that has happened. So fundamentally, there is no paradigm shift. There is no, oh, we had this. No. Like, for example, oh, automation of factories created so many new jobs. They created a new sector known as service sector. Service sector absorbed those many people. Now AI is removing so many jobs, and it is, again, this is the only thing that is keeping you in job. So many sectors will lose so much job. And yes, there will be new mathematician jobs, some quantum computer expert would be created and all that. Yeah, it will be like 10,000 jobs are created while billion a job has been removed. Like just removing driving as a job. Like, hey, what do? I drive taxi. That has been there for thousands of years, before cars, horse buggies. There were people whose sole job for thousands of years has been driving a human vehicle. Kaput that. The amount of people will become jobless would be so huge, there is no industry that can digest it. And not to mention, you are doing this with every single industry. Oh, you have bank that is having so many employees. What if we fire most of the tellers? What if we automate it? Oh, you have, let's say, call center. What if we automate it and only have few? Oh, you have doctors and surgeons and all that. Yeah, most of them are consultation. Just what if we have removed 90% of them and have only few? And you're like, no, nobody will trust it. You are not poor enough if you are thinking that. You're not poor enough, my man. If I give you a choice, a human doctor which you cannot afford versus an AI that might work, shut up, take money. And if you cannot understand it, you are not poor enough. So again, anyone with a reasonable mind understand that if that will happen, it will lead to it. So basically, we just created a replacement of this puppy. And that's the scary part. We are not taking it seriously how dangerous it is, but we did. Like, we did. And like, we are going all in and without like, what, should we doing that? Should we? So we are replacing the thinking part. We already working our ass off to replace the manual part. What else is left? And again, I love the ironic part. When AI was originally starting, it was like, oh, people will do creative things AI cannot do. We don't even talk about that anymore. AI can make videos. AI can make thumbnails. AI can do many things. That happened, bro. Like, we don't even talk about it. It's like done, deleted, gone. So how serious this is? Well, there is a mathematical finality to it. So right now, let's say today in 2026, you can say, and it would be legally, scientifically, ethically, mathematically fair to say, we have been oversold AI. Like, it can't really replace a person. And again, your boy knows. Why do I know? Well, I'm working on making an application, video editing, video processing tool. It just does a lot of small stuff that you should not need Premiere to do. And again, we hired a programmer. Programmer is like, okay, we're gonna do that, and he's good. He's doing it. It's like, okay, use this AI to boost your productivity. Yeah, AI cooked it. It gave the output. It looked like it worked. Did the extreme testing, and it's like, yeah, half of the functions are not working. Okay, no problem. Now he is a programmer. He can do that. But here's the deal. 10 years ago, this idea was unimaginable. From unimaginable idea to what we have right now. So right now the complaints is it's not that good, which is factual. Let that be very clear. It is factual. But now the most horrifying part for you. ChatGPT started in 2023. And yes, I know it was working behind the scene. And yes, I know it was technically received in November 2022, but I'm just roughing it out. To give you a context of that, that's iPhone 14 release cycle. Now, take that iPhone 14, slide it upwards until this timeline, 2023, matches with iPhone 1. That's where you are. Like, growth has been exponential. Exponential. Like, I lived through this. And it is horrifying because I have memory of a time before ChatGPT and how quickly young people just like forgot, oh, wait a minute, there was a time where you could not just ask your computer. I'm like, that's literally 2 years ago. And again, I don't blame any young one. It's like if they're starting, they're 10 years old and that's what they know. I don't blame them. But AI just started. That's the scary part. It's just started. And here's the deal. Oh, there is a limit. No, there is not. That's the scary part, truly scary part. Because here's the deal. These two gentlemen, you should know them. They got Nobel Prize for AI. Now, here's the deal. They look kind of old. AI looks kind of young. Well, here's the deal. They made the mathematical model on which neural network mathematics is done, like the actual maths. They did it in the 80s. So what you are seeing right now, again, if they didn't, why didn't we do it in it? Electronics were not catching up to it. They knew what to do. They knew, like the science was there, the papers were there, like it's done, published, take it and go home. It's just that computers were not there yet. Computers had to catch up to run their ideas, and then people were like, whoa, we can actually do things. That's why I said, like, go 8 to 10 years back and see how many people are testing that, hey, I can make a bot that can play video games and it can learn on its own, any video game, and train it on enough things, and it can automatically learn how to play new video games. So that's just on the math that we had in 90 years. So people are, oh, large LLM has a ceiling. That's because they are running on this mathematics. Imagine what mathematics is being worked on right now. Or what if a mathematics of year 2000, 2010? What about those mathematicians? What if somebody actually figured out? I'm not talking about programmers. Programmers are utilizing the math that are created. I'm talking about mathematician who will most likely would have already created something, 2026, already created something that 10 years from now, like, oh, he figured it out in 2010. Again, that's why. Study them. Understand them. There is nothing in maths that's saying that you cannot replicate this. Now, physics is saying that there is an upper limit to this, as in like it can't work at beyond light speed. I'm like, bro, human brain is too slow for that level of a threat. It's like, AI will cross us so easily, like on a physics domain level. It's like, yeah, that's not an issue. We are not building a Matyushka brain. It's a star-sized supercomputer. We're not there yet. So physics is like, bro, you have so much breathing room here. Math is like, bro, we're just getting started. So fundamentally, I can give you with some certainty, again, there is no guarantee, but with some certainty, I can say fusion will not happen within, let's say, my lifetime. Let's say 50 years from now. 2026 is 50 years from now. Why? Well, I know there is nothing known to human that can handle neutron flux. Like, again, I do blame everybody who studied basically class 10. They're supposed to be, I'm pretty sure all your class 10 has fission and fusion, generally in the same chapter. Generally, there will be a good picture of it. The only missing link is we generally don't write the neutron energy value. So sometimes you might think, oh, fission, neutron, we handle it. Fusion, neutron, we handle it. No. Fusion is so violent, so brutal, there is no element known to man. Compounds will break instantaneously. Elements, there is no element that can handle it. Tungsten barely handles it. Like this vessel, Yeah, tungsten get destroyed. We, at best case scenario, you're gonna have a reactor wall that would be survivable for 2 years. Fission reactor, we don't even think about it. So going from 3 mega electron volt or give or take or to 14 mega electron volt, yeah, it's not just a minor jump. You cleared the whole periodic table. There is nothing to do. And oh, ITAR does not know. They know. That's why they are building rope-based robots from day one to replace the tiles, because there is nothing that allows you to absorb neutron, convert it into heat, and not self-destruct. Nothing. Oh, and now they are saying, oh, we want few $1 billion per year for next few decades, so we can build a new plant in Japan to test out material, because we don't actually have any material. So I can guarantee you, it's like, can we build it? Maybe. Can it actually make electricity be surplus and have like break-even factor of 200 or to 500? Maybe. Can we convert it into useful cheap electricity? No. Like, this can give you power. It will never be cheap, nor it will be abundant. Why? Periodic table is a known element. It's a fixed thing. We know maths. We know what happens with neutron. We good. So I can give you a very high certainty. Unless you are building a neutronic nuclear fusion like proton and boron, good luck. Like, we have known this. We have known this. We have known this when the first time we detonated H-bombs. HIV vaccine. This would be very difficult to do. Apparently, the virus creates a shell of sugar, apparently something like that. So it hides in the plain sight. So vaccine for this, yeah, that's not happening. And apparently a lot of people are saying that quantum industry will go kaboom. So that's not happening. So there are certain things where math tells you, or some physical barrier is there, like HIV case. Physical barrier, like neutron damage. But there is no such thing in maths. Like 1980, man. Like, that scares me. What if there is some actual good genius who's like, oh, LLM was good. Let me show you. Voila, humanity died. So there is a finality to it. Again, please reset your mind, set ChatGPT to iPhone 1 and then see how quickly you poop your pants. Now, whenever humanity is exposed to something horrifying, generally ignorance is a defense shield that we activate. Now, that's the most common argument that we are deploying, and that will doom us. Again, the same thing. AI is not good enough as of now. Yeah, that's a very short-sightedness. And again, if you know this meme, you already know what I'm talking about. What AI was versus what AI is, it's horrifying. For example, I have lived long enough where the early video from, again, I'm from that guy like who originally saw, Will Smith eating spaghetti meme when it came out. From that point to this, and now people are like, oh, actually, now you can see the shape is that. Here's the deal. Someday, somebody would be wise enough to figure out that you cannot take AI video beyond a certain point unless you add a 3D geometry to it. What if they integrate Blender to it? Blender is open source. What if they did it? I cannot be the only idiot who thinks about that. Other people would be. The moment that happens, bye-bye video. The end video. The end. Done. So, I can see that. And that means other people can see that. That means few people would be working on it. Again, a lot of people are trying, and Google's recent video model has that essence in there. It's like, hey, it's not about the video, it's about usability of video. As in, draw a fish going here, and then I draw the fish moving, basically a keyframe animation. Now the video is useful. And we are not still using 3D. That's how horrifying it is. In 2D, just hallucination, if you can do that, imagine what you can do that with 3D. So, fundamentally, that short-sightedness, oh, it's not that good. It's like there were a lot of people who are like complaining about the animation or the stop-motion movies that people are trying to make with AI. And it's like, oh, you can actually see and feel like this. It's like, you know how nitpicky you have to be to even detect it? It's almost like me saying, oh, basically the movie Hail Mary, they have a soldering iron, and that's not JBC, that's not accurate. Most likely if you're sending humanity's best, you're gonna send JBC soldering iron, you're not gonna send paste soldering station. But again, you have to know that specific thing to even have that discussion. So that's why this whole short-sightedness is the scary part. And again, I kind of understand that defense shield is like, shields up. It's like, hey, something is horrifying, shields up. I'm gonna la 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 la. I understand that. Now, if we prepare now, like if humanity as a collective or even culture agrees to it, maybe we can start to fix things before they break permanently. Or if we delay, here's the penalty to that. We will not even know how to react, because again, that's the thing that I've seen way too many people. Even Asmongold is like, oh, AI will do everything. It's like, you cannot have kids exposed to AI, if they are, and if their thinking process is being crippled, basically it's called atrophying, if they are being atrophied neurologically because of AI, you will not even know there will be batteries, and that will be 90%, not bottom 2%. Everybody, oh, bottom 2%. Everybody is the bottom 2% from AI's point of view. So fundamentally, we have to act now, then we may be able to react it. But if we delay, we will not even be able to, like, something happened. Again, the scary part is there's a lot of political upheaval which happens every Wednesday in Indian politics, and not even a single one is talking about AI. And again, India is uniquely vulnerable to AI simply because we consume a lot of oil. Oil comes in dollar. Dollar requires earning potential. Now we do have pharmaceutical, but pharmaceutical is a physical thing. It does require a lot of physical stuff. So amplifier effect of that is very low. IT sector, on the other hand, we take very little to actually do things, and we amplify it a lot, meaning you put $100 in, you get $1 million out. So amplifier is great. That's how we can afford oil. What happens if the whole IT sector in India collapses or shrinks to a very small level? Yeah, that's catastrophic failure. Basically, India will go from a second world country to fifth world country. That's horrifying. And again, not even a single discussion in the political class where it's like, this is the next hazard that you have to deal with. Like, this is acute. Like, this will make global warming look like a slow turtle moving towards you versus a raptor moving towards you. So fundamentally, like, to give you a mathematical essence why it's so horrifying, it has what we call AI layoff trap. As in, let's say you are a company, let's say TCS in India, it's a massive company. Like, if you want to scare yourself, look how many employees it has. It's massive. Like, I'm not even joking, there are like few countries population is smaller than that. That's how many employees they have. Now imagine they start to lay off people. It's like, hey, we have AI, good enough. Again, I know that will happen. So they start to do that. And by the way, it's already happening, but in chunks right now. So let's say they lay off. Here's the deal. Company sees benefit. Why? They laid off an individual, which is very expensive. Now they're replaced with AI, which is exponentially cheaper. So almost like 100% savings. Okay, cool. What does that mean? That simply means your productivity went up because, again, your expenditure went down. So productivity ends up great, awesome, amazing. But here's the deal. You reduce the demand. And this is the part, because it's not directly connected to you. You may not see it day one, but you will notice it. So reduce demand, what does that mean? That simply means if there are millions of IT jobs and you shrink that puppy into like 100,000, you have laid off so many people that all the ancillary equipments, like their educations, basically if they have kids, they have schools, yeah, that's gone. They can't afford it anymore. If they have vehicles, they can't afford it anymore. So oil revenue goes away, vehicle sales goes away, apartments that are stupid price, nobody can afford that goes away. So overnight you shrink demand so much simply because nobody has money, that it creates extreme pressure. Now everybody else has to fire their employees because they can't afford it, and that created death spiral. So there is no recovery from that. And if everybody keeps racing, they will reach a point where it's like, yeah, we just have some old dead billionaires on their islands, nothing more than that, and whole humanity is a desolate wasteland. So it is a mathematical certainty. It will happen. It's like a runaway effect. And again, that's what Soviet Union did. Now, not with AI, but the idea of like, what if everybody has government jobs? It's like everybody dies. So we've been there. Like, again, mathematically, the mathematical pattern, it's been there. Study it. It's always leads to the same thing. It's like, socialism, everybody dies. That's the everybody part of it. So now, what about UBI? Well, it is a cushion. It's not a fix, but it is a cushion. It could make sure there is at least base level of demand. So there could be some churning of economy and there's some work, some stuff. So it's a cushion, which again, nobody is saying that it's perfect, but at least it's something somewhat doable. Another aspect is AI tax, which again, the idea is that if company does too much AI, you make it kind of expensive. Again, can be tried, but the most critical part, it must be done globally. For example, if India is like, okay, we're gonna tax all our companies that are trying to replace employees with AI, we're gonna tax them hell. What if China decides at that point in time, while China does have like serious advantage in manufacturing, the IT sector is surprisingly underwhelming. Like, you would be like, huh, that's it. So they're like, it's our time, reduce, we give you tax credit if you basically use AI. Voila, India loses exponentially. So it has to be done globally or it cannot be done. So ignorance is the horrifying part of this equation. So is there hope to this? Well, humanity has faced imminent catastrophe, meaning complete delete, shift delete, the end, go home, boom the planet. And we have changed, we have adapted in the past cases. So there is some hope. And I do not mean hee hee ha ha hope. I mean, actually, we've been pushed to the brink and we did apply disk break. For example, nuclear mutually assured destruction, meaning you go boom, I go boom, everybody goes boom, GG boom. And everybody was burning money on it. It's like, what if I boom you? It's like, no, what if I boom your soil? No, what if I boom every single atom of you? It's like, bro, we are all on one goddamn planet. Carl Sagan or someone very wise said, it's like, there are two people who hate each other. They are drowned in gasoline. It's in a room. Everything is combustible and they have matchsticks. That was mutually assured destruction. So, yeah, it was stupid. Now, it gives me hope that the stupidity we did, the amount of money we want, we willingly, without going boom boom, we're like, hey, what if we tone it back? That, like, understand that, like, we toned it back. And so far, humanity has worked reasonably well enough where it's like, okay, the 10 nations that have it, give or take, nukes, the end, let's not allow even a single more, because again, more matchsticks, more likely you have that. And it's like, oh, it's very easy for you to say because you are living in a planet that has the matchstick. Yes, but that's the price we have to all pay, because not really desirable. Like, it's not that useful. That just accept it. It's like, yeah, it is what it is. So we did apply break. We did come back. And again, both nations, USSR, Russia and USA, they both went boom boom to each other and then they were both pulled back. That gives me some hope. Another is like ozone hole. Once humanity realized that A, this is happening, B, it's bad for everyone, C, it can be fixed, problem was worked out. Now again, it's not eliminated yet, but we are on a very good path. So that's there. COVID-19, again, it is here, it's bad, it's affecting everyone. We worked our ass out to handle it. And again, a lot of other diseases, we have also done amazing work. So that's a good thing. Y2K, and you're like, oh, Y2K never happened. It happened. That's why people work their ass off 24/7. The whole year of 1999, everybody was working their ass off 24/7 to make sure all the critical infrastructure systems have been updated and all that. Like, lot of people from India to America happened in that time. That's how badly they needed technicians who can just fix this problem. Lot of them worked there 24/7 to fix that. And again, the guy who figured it out that's gonna happen, he says like, I wish it would happen because everybody makes fun of me, but it's like, again, he did it. It's like, it's almost like seeing a pandemic and thinking like nothing was done. It's like, no, there were engineers, there were technicians, there were scientists, they were working 24/7 non-stop in a lab to make sure that there is a vaccine and distribute it well enough that now we are reaching a point where pandemic is just a minor inconvenience. They did happen. They did work. Like, again, Y2K is a real thing. Ironically, Y2K's bigger brother is coming soon because our 32-bit controller logic is running out of memory once the clock reaches a certain point very soon. So anything that is 64-bit on a fundamental IC level, it's fine. But problem is a lot of embedded hardware. They're not designed to be updated. All the critical infrastructure will be fine. Satellites and all that, even if they are old, they will replace a new one and all that. So surprisingly, this time critical things will be fine. It's just the random things will fail. Like, for example, your old car, like it has an ABS computer, yeah, that goes kaput. Happening very soon. 32-bit overrun, if you want to look into it. So we did fix it. Like, all of these shows that if condition applied, if all of us gets into the same page, we do fix it. So what does it mean? Well, it simply means we gotta relax. We have to think before we race. And we have only goddamn global civilization, one global civilization. Meaning China cannot be like, me exploiting everybody. Nah, bruh, you're gonna die too. Like, you're gonna die too. It sounds fun and games. It's like, oh, what if we take all Indians' job? It's like, yeah, nobody will buy Chinese goods from India side. And yeah, it's a huge market. Huge. You will know the pain of that if that market disappears. And again, worldwide, the same thing. So we have a global civilization now, whether we like it or not. It is there, it is here, it's real. So let's see what happens. So there is some hope. But yeah, the ignorance part is the scary part to me. Not this, like, there may be some solution to it, but the ignorance part is scary. Because again, that stops us from applying disk break. We have the breaks, we just have to apply them. But people have to come into the same page. Ignorance is the worst distractor of that, so to say. So this was a presentation on basically your future career versus AI. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me excitement. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and if you really enjoyed it, click the like button. Thanks for watching.